you'll get in trouble. Hey everyone, it's Christina.
I'm Daniel.
And
welcome to our channel, or welcome back fam.
So if you haven't already noticed, we've got a cute little addition to our family. His name is Jordan.
Say hi Jordan.
Say hello. He's 1 week old today and we'll just be covering his birth story and my experience.
So without any further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the vlog.
Okay, so where do I begin? First of all, I gave birth 38 weeks and 6 days. Obviously it was meant to be 40 weeks, which was 13th of July. But he came out on the 5th of July. And I took my maternity leave 1st of July, thinking I would have like a week and a half left to just chill and do nothing, sleep in. But 2 days later, I started feeling cramps. So I actually got my latches done.
Oh, luckily.
As you can see, I was getting ready for labor. I got it done Friday night after work, and then Saturday we just finished off organizing some nursery items, and then Sunday we went to Costco, and that night was when I felt contractions. Yeah, so we were at Costco. I was waddling like a penguin because I felt so heavy and really uncomfortable. And then went home, ate dinner, and then I started feeling period cramps. So I was like, is this it? I was like, it's only the 3rd of July. I still have 10 days. It was there and it was going, coming back, going. And I was like, this is a little bit suspicious now. Why is it happening more often? So I showered and then I was monitoring my contractions. The contractions started around 10 p.m. Around 12, it was getting worse, so I called the birthing unit. I called them like 3 times, no one was picking up, and I was like, should I call like 000? And I just called again, and then finally answered. And then they were like, oh, is this your first baby? What are you feeling? And they're like, oh, because it's your first baby, it's gonna take a while for you to give birth. Sometimes it'll take a few days or even a couple of weeks. Just take some Panadol, just relax. So I just ate some crackers, took Panadol. About 5-10 minutes later, I just went to pee and there was blood. So I called them again and I'm like, hi, it's me again, there's blood now. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll see you soon then. Currently 4:58 in the morning. It's raining and
my caffeine ready?
Hubby is drinking. Oh, we are on our way to the hospital because we're about to give birth. How are you feeling?
Mixed feelings, man. More excited than scared. I can't believe it's already here.
I know.
It's such a surreal feeling.
Walking to the emergency room with the bags.
Packed her whole room.
The main entrance was closed, so we had to go through the emergency room, and I was like, hi, so the birthing unit is expecting me. Lady there called someone to bring us to the birthing unit, and he was like, oh, so what are they delivering? A parcel?
At what, 3 in the morning?
And then Glenn was like, no, they're delivering a baby. And because of COVID rules, my parents couldn't come in. It was just hubby that could come in with me. We walked for like maybe a good 5 minutes. We eventually got to the birthing unit and they did some tests.
So what's happening right now?
They're monitoring baby's heartbeat and the contractions.
Baby's heart rate?
The orange one.
134, 133.
And I need to press this if I feel baby.
How are you doing? She's going through contractions at the moment.
So the midwife just did a cervix test. She said I'm 1 centimeter. So baby will come today or tomorrow.
How do you feel?
I'm excited and I'm scared and I'm hungry. I'm never sleep. I haven't slept.
Looks like her breakfast has arrived.
My gourmet breakfast.
Your gourmet breakfast. And she's got one of those. What are those things called again?
I think she said a camera and it hurts so bad. So they can easily give me food. But that's literally in my vein.
Okay, so she's got the baby heart rate monitors on again at 9 a.m.
Just moved to the maternity room, waiting for baby. I just had another blood test. This wants to check if baby's bleeding, if baby's blood is in my bloodstream. so that day, I feel like it went by so quickly.
It did.
I was just trying to nap throughout the whole day, basically, but I was waking up because of the contractions, and then I couldn't really eat because of it. The visiting hours was only 8 to 8, so he had to go home. So I was just in bed. I was like, I don't want to have to pee by myself. So I went to sleep, and I would wake up like every 6 minutes from the pain, and I was like, I'm just gonna go pee. And then when I went, just a lot of blood. So I pressed the call button, and this midwife that I didn't see from that day, she was like, oh my gosh, are you giving birth? Have you given birth? At this point, I didn't have my glasses, I didn't have my contacts, and I was half awake, and then more midwives started coming in, and I was just so confused because I just woke up, and you weren't there. Probably like 6 or 7 doctors and midwives, and I don't know who else were there, came, and then they were all panicking. And I was like, can I call my husband? Can he come back?
This was 11 p.m.
So he left around just after 8, and then 11 that happened. And they're like, oh, don't panic. We're going to bring you to the birthing suite. I think you're going to give birth soon. They took me to the birthing suite. I was in a wheelchair, and then I called him. While waiting for you, I was like, oh, can I please get an epidural? And I think the midwife was trying to convince me to not take epidural. And she was like, oh, try the gas first. Maybe you'll change your mind.
I got only in fluids.
And she's ready to go. You know, I slept, I think it was 10 minutes, and then you called me. Yeah, she calls me and she's like, hurry, I'm in the birthing unit. So I was like,
Oh, I didn't.
I had to rush, and now she's here with the laughing gas. Okay, so right now, there's a lot of things that are connected to her. She's got the epidural going, she's got the morphine going, and I don't know what else. Looks like she's all prepped to go. You ready to rock and roll?
Are you ready to be a dad?
So baby's gonna lay down here immediately after baby's delivered by the one and only.
The time check is 4:21, and then 4 o'clock in the midwife checked, and I'm at like 78 centimeters, and she put my water, but I didn't feel anything. I just felt my head pop, and then she put a little clip on baby's head to check the heartbeat, which is what we can do now, that we can do. We're still monitoring the contractions, and it's looking good. So the baby is pretty out.
It was slowing, because it was slowing down, we got to nap. And then I just remember waking up, the doctor was like tapping me. She was like, hey, you're 10 centimeters now, you have to push. And I was like,
and then I woke up as well, and I was still groggy, and I thought, is the baby already out? Did I miss the delivery? Can we do it again?
actually, before they came to tell me that it was 10 centimeters, I think like an hour or half an hour before that, I actually woke up from the pain. I just remember I woke up and I was reaching out for the gas again. Wow, I'm on epidural already. And I fell asleep again. It's like around 6:40 to 6:50. I started pushing. They were like, oh yeah, just push like you're going for your biggest poo.
Then you push until 7:15 or 7:10, and that's when all the other midwives and the doctors, they were asking, oh, maybe we need to try and escalate this because nothing is improving.
So I was already 10 centimeters dilated, but then I think the birth canal or something wasn't opening up, and baby was already stressed out. His heart rate was dropping. Yeah, and also in between the pushes, he saw baby's hair. So this part. So he saw.
The midwife was saying, what do you see there? And I was like, oh, baby's already down there.
Then all these other doctors and midwives came in and they were like, have you heard of the vacuum delivery? It's actually too late for you to have a C-section. This is the only option. They were like, it's still 90% your work, so I still need to push as hard as I can, and 10% of the vacuum assistance. I had to push, and then they put that suction thing on the baby's head. They were pulling him out while I was pushing. And around 8:30, they were prepping everything. They were like, push as hard as you can, and when we tell you to push gradually, then that means that baby's head is out and it's only like his body is gradually coming out, so I have to like slow it down. So that motivated me because I was like, I'm nearly there. Finally, I'm gonna see baby. And then they were like, okay, gradual. And then out of nowhere, they just lifted him up and his eyes were like this, and he was like so long and skinny. I couldn't hear it cry. And then they put him on my chest and he still still wasn't crying. The midwife next to me was nudging him, and then they took him from me and they put him in that.
It's like his little warmer cot to measure all of his heart rate.
To check if he was breathing, his oxygen.
Because Jordan didn't cry, they cut his umbilical cord immediately, and I didn't get the chance to cut it. So they had a mask over him to help him with his breathing. They were also trying to get his pulse up.
When they were checking, he finally cried. After all the checks, they put him back on me.
Look at it. So after he got his hepatitis and vitamin K shot, we're also trying to get you to recover. So I got you some snacks, got you some water. While she was eating, I was holding Jordan for the first time. I just couldn't believe it. It was such a surreal experience.
You can still feel the pain from earlier.
It was monitoring me and baby, trying to help us breastfeed because he was already a tiny baby and he wasn't feeding anything because he didn't want to latch on. We eventually gave him formula, and then they did this jaundice test. They were doing blood tests. A pediatrician checked him, full body check. Again, he had to go home at 8 and I was just there by myself, and I was like, I don't even know what to do. So I had to get the midwife to help me change Jordan's nappy for like the first night. Yeah, I don't know how I survived that night, but I did. The following 2 days it was just the same, like checking him, making sure that he was feeding.
Okay, so right now, Mum's finally standing after, it's been a while.
24 hours.
Yeah, after 24 hours, and it looks like she's standing
No,
fine.
actually, it's even more than
Alright, more than 24 hours. And we're gonna take baby for a stroll.
They did a hearing test on him today, so they put like these little earmuffs just to check his brain is responding. He passed, which is good. Good job, baby. So now it's just feeding. We need to get him to feed, and then we can go home.
So now it looks like we're gonna change your nappy.
Nappy time.
And then Thursday night before we went home, they actually showed us how to bathe him. So he had his first bath in the hospital and he loved it. He was so calm.
It's our baby.
Oh, hello. Hello, little cutie.
So that's his birth story. He was born 8:40 in the morning on the 5th of July, and he was 2.57 kgs, 48.5 centimeters long.
Yeah, now we're just like so happy and blessed that Jordan's here. He's been very patient and very quiet. And just some advice for future parents, make sure you have everything prepared, and that includes your nursery, your bag to take to the hospital, because your baby can come out at any time.
We hope you guys liked this video, and I hope it gave you an idea on what to expect for labor and birth.
And how to prepare for labor.
And yeah, we know that every birth and every labor is different, but we hope you picked up something from our experience. Yeah, so if you guys like this video and you want to see more from us, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.
Catch you guys next time.
Bye!
See ya.